Hey everybody, welcome to Farmhouse Fabrics. We have Sally and the three gentlemen today. So I know those of you that joined us the last time have been still talking about it and what a great time we had. And so you have submitted some wonderful questions, and Christy will be calling out some of those questions. We have Cliff is a retired educator, Herman's a retired educator, and Joe is a retired electrical engineer. So these three guys, they have a lot of good times together. And so one thing I wanted to encourage people to, even if you're young, start developing a hobby right now and develop some deep friendships, because when you're retired, they get so much pleasure spending time with each other and so many laughs, such a great time. And their lives are really busy and they all have different interests, but then a lot of them cross over too. And so Cliff, he's a beekeeper, and he also he starts Japanese maples. He starts all kinds of plants. And he was talking to Christy and me. Christy's a plant lover, and we've been learning so many things. Like, I did not know about actually getting seeds to start your Japanese maples. That was really, really interesting. And Herman, a retired educator, and he spent his last several years working with, I want to almost say alternative school type situations, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's got a lot of wisdom. He has daughters, 1, 2, 3, and they never gave him any trouble. I thought they were perfect.
Never stopped.
Is the lightning coming in the thunder?
I felt like they were perfect, but we had all sons and they weren't perfect.
No.
But anyway, but he has a lot of good advice for people and their kids and things they struggle with. And so then since Joe retired, his pastime has been, he does not know how to say no to people that call and say, hey, can you fix my lawnmower? Can you fix this tool? Can you fix my car? My brakes don't work. Like, sure, I'll do that. Sure. Yeah. So in this neighborhood, he is dearly loved. I said, this really sounds awful, but when Joe dies, everybody in the whole wide world is going to come to his funeral because they all love him so much. He's so nice. With me, I'm like, I'll be lucky if I get my kids to come.
That's so true.
That's what I think. Anyway, I'm going to let Christy start asking questions, and we've already been up in the other room kind of talking and laughing, but we hope you have a good time. We're going to have a good time today. What do you think, Christy? Where do you want to start?
Okay, so this is from Carrie Hawkins.
Oh, she's in Australia.
Uh-huh. So this is probably going to be for
Educators.
Mr. Thompson, yep. She says, hi, gentlemen. A question for the headmaster. Having a few family in education, sister just retired after 45 years, so there have been many funny stories told. My question is, who did you find more challenging to teach, girls or boys? I often think boys don't care if their mates got their butt torn out of their pants. As long as they got a baseball hat and $5 in their pocket, they are happy. Girls, on the other hand, well, maybe I shouldn't go there. They can be hard to work with. Do you think it is a requirement to have a sense of humor as well to teach?
Oh.
Well, you better, or you're going to be absolutely nuts in the first year. But if you're talking about who is the most difficult to deal with, from my standpoint, is girls.
And Cliff agrees with you.
Yes, they're very hard to deal with because, well, they're like most women. I mean, they're like most women. I mean,
Y'all are still outnumbered, okay?
I know you may think you're in charge, but you ain't in charge, okay? But they have their way of doing things, and that's it. But the hardest thing about girls is boys, when they get angry or get frustrated, they'll fight, and then 2 days later they're best friends. Girls, they attack with words. They attack you personally, I don't think I can say all the words that they say on this because I've been told to be careful what I say. So I'm going to try to do that today and not cause Miss Sally any problems. And before we go any further, anything that I say in no way reflects the this place that I'm here doing.
That was a good idea. Yeah.
And do not hold them accountable for what I may say because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not a politician. I'm just going to tell you the truth. But yes, if I had to say who is the most difficult to deal with, it's women. I mean girls.
Oh.
Okay, well there's your answer, Carrie. Okay, so Joanna Carter, she says, gentlemen, my husband just learned how to open a can of biscuits after a lot of decades out of school. Did you teach your daughters and sons to change a tire, check tire pressure, check oil level, change the oil and filters? Have you ever cleaned a toilet? Can you cook a Thanksgiving dinner? Can you open a can of biscuits?
Yeah.
Who you asking?
Any of y'all? Who has an answer?
I cook a breakfast.
That's what I told boys.
That's the best meal of the day. I like that.
Yeah, I cook, and I taught my daughters how to change the oil, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think if you don't take the girls out there and show them exactly, you know, they're going to deal with a car and they're going to be in situations, then they become very vulnerable when they're out there by themselves and they don't know what to do. They don't need to. I'm not one of these people that's like anti-women's lib, but I also think that girls need to be educated and enough. And as far as cooking, I do the cooking at my house. My wife don't cook. Last time she cooked was, let's see, who was president then?
Oh.
So can you cook a turkey?
Yeah, I can cook the turkey. Me and Joe deep fry them all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
We deep fry turkeys all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know your boys know how to do things, and your daughter, right?
Oh yes. My wife and I divorced while the children were in high school, and they all came with me to a farmhouse. So
Oh.
I had three boys and a girl, so she might as well have been a boy. I mean, when you think we got right down to it. So they all learned how to cook, clean, work on cars, and they're
Garden.
very, very independent.
And I can tell you this, that all these, their kids, all hardworking kids and really self-sufficient. And it's kind of encouraging.
Of course, they got to pay the Social Security. Really, I mean, you know, they got to pay taxes.
That's right.
Denise said Joe cooks an awesome breakfast.
That's right.
I tried to tell my wife about that. You got to change a tire before I let you drive the car, and you know how far that went.
I don't know how to change a tire. I do put gas in my car, but I don't know how to change the oil or change a tire.
Yeah, I said, "What are you
But
gonna
I
do?"
had 5 sons and a husband I could call.
Yeah, exactly.
I really never needed it. I mean, one day I might, but I have so much junk in the trunk of my car that I hope I never have to, because then can you imagine unloading the trunk to get the tire out?
All right. Jan Huckabee, she says, do these men enjoy going to estate sales?
Oh.
Is that a no?
Well, ma'am, I don't want to seem bad right now, but when you go to the estate sale, what do you have to have?
Money?
Exactly. And how many men do you think have money to go out to an estate sale?
Well, if they're tools, they go. Joe's gone to one of his tools.
I know they're there. Yeah.
I don't.
Mr. Joe, all you need is your trailer when you go.
No, I don't go to estate sales. My wife got all the money. I cashed my last check June the 30th, 1978. That's the last time I ever saw it. I ain't never seen it. Couldn't tell you how much money I got, how much I owe, where it goes, when it comes. I don't know. So, and all you other fellas out there that's got that same problem, I pray for you.
Okay, let's see. Carol Clement, she says, I would like to know if any of the gentlemen have ever received a home sewn gift, and what did you or did you not like about it?
A what?
Home sewn. Did anybody give you a
handmade,
home sewn
homemade.
gift? You can tell that story. It's all right.
Home sewn.
Did somebody ever sew something for you?
Knit you a scarf?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a pair of jeans for Christmas one year, and they had to be hemmed on the length. Well, I got them back again the next Christmas, and they were hemmed.
Only took a year
Yeah.
from the seamstress.
2 gifts in one. Oh, now I made him a leisure suit back when they were in style.
Oh,
It was really
That
awful.
was a picture we needed.
Yeah,
That was a Kodak
Can you
moment.
imagine that?
You always know the cobbler kid don't have any shoes.
Oh man, that's the truth.
All right, so this is from Deb. She says, if any of you, this is for all 3 of y'all, if any of you could sit and talk to a famous person for an hour, who would it be, living or not?
Well, I talked to Joe.
Y'all are famous.
Yeah.
Tractor thieves.
We done our time.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay, why?
Because he did a lot in the outdoors. He did a lot out west, a lot for the national parks. I think he was a pretty interesting person. He got involved in a lot of things. Yeah, I would like to talk to him.
Interesting.
You can come back to this if you. If
I'd
something
take John
strikes you.
Wayne.
Oh, my
There you
mother
go.
loved him.
I'd take John
Yeah.
Wayne. I think
Yeah.
he's the American's ideal of a perfect man.
Yeah.
I'd talk to him. Rough, tough, you know, ain't none of this woke stuff and all that kind of junk. We've lost all that.
You have anything, Cliff?
Probably Howard Hughes.
Okay.
Simply because he had a vision that at the time no one else did, and he was a pretty strange character if you read about him. That's who I would like to talk to.
Interesting. Are there any questions popping up there that you
No questions. There's some comments. Barbara said, "Cute leisure suit." Oh. And Fred said, "I've had a Joe breakfast or two. Delicious."
Not that.
Denise also agreed with Herman. Girl drama, the worst kind of drama.
It is.
And she knows because she's in your same kind of situation.
Yep.
Okay, so Gina Blitch, she says, have y'all ever thought about having your own podcast?
We don't know how to operate
No.
the machinery. We don't know how to do this.
You got an engineer right here.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
Not with that thing.
We'd have to chain Cliff to the seat to do it.
No.
He said he would never come back after the last time, but now we have questions for him. Yes, he has to answer.
There is a red line.
Oh, have we crossed it?
Getting
Are we getting
close.
close?
Just pretend they're your kids and you're teaching them.
Yeah.
Or not?
You're
right?
going to see Mr. Thompson.
Or not?
Yeah. They send them to me all the time.
We watch a lot of those videos, especially working on cars and whenever we work on tractors, we always go back to the video to see how they do it. But the thing is, you see the guy trying to do everything one-handed because he's trying to run the camera with the other. And I said, I don't think I could do that.
You put it on your hat.
No, but I like to watch them.
I'm like Joe. To me, the internet has changed how we work on tractors, cars,
Oh yeah.
just about everything. You can go online and find
Yep.
something. And I think that's really interesting.
I think y'all could figure it out.
Between the three of them.
Yeah.
Somebody, a blind squirrel gets a.
Okay, so Maureen Hunt, this is for Herman. She says, my question is for Herman. I was a middle school and high school teacher and school nurse for 27 years. I want to know how you managed to keep a straight face when dealing with the middle school students. I always found it so difficult not to giggle at their approach to life issues.
Well, usually the people that came to me were major problems, and my kids said I had a face that would scare the devil. And people nowadays in education, if you notice, they don't want discipline in the public schools. And one of the major problems that parents have today is that the kids don't feel safe in school. And it's like I told somebody one time. I remember, I'll tell you a quick story. I was at one of them educator meetings with them great educators, meeting them great minds that know everything, you know. And they were presenting some materials, and I had a piece of paper in front of me, and I was writing down on my piece of paper right there. And that lady looked at me. She was a highly trained educator. She said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm making a list here of what I need to get when I leave here. I'm going by the feed and seed store. I'm getting my stuff ready to plant for my springtime crop." And she said, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "Well, I'm principal. I'm principal." And she said, "I can't believe you're not listening to this." I said, "Lady, look into my eyes. I got 100 people that work for me that know how to teach. I don't know how to teach English. I don't know how to teach calculus." I said, "They were trained to do that." I said, "Now here's a scenario I'm going to give you. You're walking down the street and a guy jumps out, puts a knife to your throat. Do you want somebody that can quote you Boone's taxonomy, or do you want somebody that can get that thug off your back and let you go back to teaching?" Now my job as a principal was I made sure the school was safe, and I made sure the kids behaved. And that's why I don't have a job today, because they don't want that. They don't want to discipline children. And children are given a false sense of reality in the public school system today. They don't know how to take instructions. Everybody's worried about hurting their feelings. I wish my daddy'd worried about hurting my feelings, because he hurt something else more than he hurt my feelings. But that's the problem with education today.
Well, Herman, tell them the story about what you told Jack. He was a Presbyterian minister.
I don't know if you got enough time for that, but you know, y'all know, you know pastors, you know pastors, and they always want to come up and grab your hand and say, "Brother, how you doing? How you feeling?" and all that kind of stuff. And I was sitting in the back of the church one day, and he came up to me. He said, "Brother Thompson, how you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm doing good, Reverend. I'm doing good, and you and your family are doing well." He said, I got a problem." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Well, have you seen this thing that's coming on now about No Child Left Behind?" I said, "It's the stupidest thing I ever heard of." He said, "Well, I think it's a wonderful idea." I said, "Reverend, let me explain it to you where you can understand it." I said, "You come into this church every day, every Sunday morning. You stand up there in the pulpit, open your Bible, and start reading out." And I said, "How would you like it one day if the Presbyterian people came down here and said, 'Listen, you ain't sending enough people to heaven. We've been looking and seeing ain't enough of y'all that come out of this church going to heaven. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come in here, and we're going to bring you some good school teachers in here, and some good teachers that can teach these children. And if that don't work, then we're going to come back, and we're going to replace you and get a real preacher in here. And then if that don't work, says we're going to load up all your sinners, and we're going to carry y'all all the way over to that church over there that's doing a better job than y'all doing. And said, but there's only one problem, you're going to have to pay for it.'" And he said, "Well, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard of, Herman." I said, "Well, let me explain it to you like this, Reverend. You stand up there every day preaching hellfire and brimstone, tell people they're going to go to hell if they don't do this. But you can't make them listen. And you can't make them do. But the federal government has put on the school system that you're going to make them learn. Will children be left behind? Yes, they will. Will people be left behind and go to hell? I hate to tell you, God says it's going to happen that way. So that's the stupidest thing, and that just gives you an idea of how the public school system is today. I know I'll probably get in trouble for saying that, but frankly, I don't care, because I'm out of it. I've seen everything I need to see. What we need to do in public education is, I got the answer for the problem, but they don't nobody listen. I know how to solve the problem with education. The problem with kids today in public school is they can't read. They cannot read. They pass them along, and then they get far behind, and when they get to high school, they can't get out of high school because they can't read. What I'd do if I had to run education, I'd throw all the textbooks out. K through 3, I'd teach them how to read. I wouldn't let them get out of 3rd grade till they could read and understand and could do mathematics. Why do you need to teach them social studies? They're going to learn that 1,000 times. Why do you need to teach them science? They'll get that later. They won't get it if they can't read. And they can't read. Now, people will tell you, they'll say, "Oh, he can read, I've heard it. He can read, but he can't comprehend." It does him no good. But they don't want to solve the problem. They don't want to solve the problem because it cuts off the money.
I always thought that was an interesting analogy.
That's a fact. I mean, you know, the government comes in and says, "Oh, no child left behind." That's ridiculous. That's like telling a pastor, "Everybody going to heaven." You think so? Ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. Don't hold that against that.
Billy says, watching and appreciating the wisdom from Florida.
Oh,
I tell old Billy, I said, "Hey, bring us some sunshine, Billy. It's getting cold up here."
and she doesn't want to head this way. Not when we're going to get so cold.
No.
All right, Mr. Joe. Carla Marie, she wants to know how you're enjoying the new house.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, enjoying it all the time, and you know, sitting out on the porch. That's my favorite spot. I really enjoy it. There are things I miss from the old house, but it's nice to be able to go in there and come back and sit down and have a place to go.
It's nice to be warm in the wintertime.
Yeah,
Our house
old
was very
house.
cold.
The old house was a little hard to do that. But yeah, this is great. It's been great.
And then Cliff, Jeannie Whitworth, she has a question, and I don't know if you know anything about Zone 5 in Nebraska, but she wants to know if you have any recommendations for small Japanese maples in a protected area in Zone 5.
It's real cold. Real cold. If her heart is content to have a Japanese maple in that particular area, I would tend to find something like, you can go to, and I'm not endorsing this particular company any more than another, but Mr. Maple has a Scarlet Princess. It's a very dwarf. It's almost a patio particular type of maple, and it's 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years, it might get 2 foot tall, a couple of feet wide. Yeah, and so it's very small, and that way you could carry it around, and it could go. It's still going to have to be go through dormancy. So
Would you have to put it in a greenhouse in the wintertime?
I'd say
or
in a
not?
garage.
Garage?
Put it in a garage and in it. Sorry.
That's all right.
My apologies for that. It was Henry. And so I would tend to think that that's the way you're going to have to go, because I don't think it'll function or make it on the outside in that area. Anything real small and keep it in a pot that you can move.
Yeah.
Hey, what about the strawberries? Ask about the strawberries.
Yeah, and he said he wasn't sure
Oh.
earlier, but yeah. So Jenny, she says, do you have any suggestions about planting bare root strawberries in the fall or the spring?
You might know that answer.
Where's she live?
I don't know.
Well,
Where do you live?
yes, you can do that. You plant them in September and October, and what you do is you force them through the winter. You force them through the winter, and they will come up in the spring, and you can get a crop. That's what a lot of people are doing down here in the South. We can actually get 2 growing seasons out of those.
Wow.
We can get, but most people who do that, the plant becomes very weak after that because you put a lot of stress on it, and it produces real big berries. But that's what they do here in the South is they plant their strawberries under in black plastic during September, and they'll get the growing, and then when the wintertime comes, they'll go dormant, and then when they kick back up in say late February, early March, they'll go to blooming, and you can pick strawberries.
Strawberry question, I'm here in Kentucky.
I think you could do the same thing in Kentucky. I really do. You may have to cover them because y'all's winters up there are much more harsh than ours is down here. But I think you could plant them in September just like that. And when it got real cold, you would probably need to cover them and then take the cover off, and they should produce in the springtime.
Herman has his dad's farm. His dad is no longer with us, and his daughter, one of his daughters, works with him. And you guys have huge greenhouses, don't you?
We have what we call a hoop house.
Yeah. And so she has another full-time job, but she loves it so much, just like her dad. And they work together in that. What kind of things do you have going on in the greenhouse right now?
Well, with a hoop house, a hoop house is nothing but a greenhouse without a heater. Okay,
Oh.
and a lot of people do that. And what it does, it allows you to warm the soil up much quicker. Okay, so where, let's say down here, I'm gonna say string beans. Let's say you plant string beans and they like it cool before it gets real hot. Let's say you would normally plant them in April. Well, we can plant them in February.
But they're actually in rows in the ground,
Yeah,
aren't
they're
they?
in rows in the greenhouse. And we'll plant string beans and tomatoes. You can, and then of course on the flip side of that, on the back side of that, you get we can plant tomatoes and pick them all the way up through December and into January, because we're able to, just keeping the wind off of them and the cool air and the sun heats it up. It keeps it really warm, so we're able to do that. And so the whole theory behind that is the first one to get to the market is the one that makes the money. Okay, if you get to the market when everybody else is there, you ain't gonna make money. So the idea behind the hoop house is you'll be able to plant early, harvest early, plant late, and when everybody else's stuff is gone, you're still getting your stuff in. And that's what we do.
Somebody asked a question about blueberries, didn't they? When is a good time to plant a blueberry bush? I'm not
Well,
sure.
I have blueberries. I
Yeah.
have probably about over 100. What you reckon, Cliff?
At least
I got over
they're
100.
huge, they're big.
Blueberries, and Cliff can talk about this. Blueberries are in the rhododendron family, which
Oh, is that right?
which is the azalea family. Okay, so anywhere that you can plant an azalea, you can plant a blueberry. Okay, and blueberries are they got a shallow root system. They need to have water. If you don't, and they're like azaleas. They like a little elevation above the ground. Put them on a row. I plant blueberries in February up here when they're in the dormant stage, when the sap's down, and you can't kill a blueberry. If you keep the water on it, you ain't gonna kill it. They'll last. I got some.
Except if your name is Joe and Sally Winter.
I planted my blueberry bushes in 1996.
Wow.
They're
You
giant.
do the math, and they're still producing,
Oh yeah.
and they
giant.
produce a lot.
And you can root them just like you do an azalea.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
How do so you can clip them and root them
just
and
root
start?
'em. Just stick. Well, we call them stick. You can root them, with just like an azalea or rhododendron, anything. They do particularly like an acidic soil. So if you're in an area that's your soil is more on the base side, you might want to add iron to it. I think it's a chile of iron. That way it will, or even wood chips will help make the soil more acidic.
Pine straw too, right?
Pine straw.
Pine
works.
straw.
Anything breaking down like it will.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Mr. Joe, this is for you. This is from Kristen. She said, "Did you ever expect farmhouse fabrics to grow to what it is today?"
No. I remember when she started, it was just a little room in our house over in Martinez. Wasn't called Farmhouse Fabrics, but that was the start. But then one of the sons suggested, hey, get on the internet. And I thought, internet? What is that? That's nothing. That'll never come about. But now, everybody's on the internet, and I see where it's grown. Yeah, I was surprised, but there's a driving force behind it. But you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
And you're proud, right?
Yeah.
Barbara Salisbury just said, "How long have you been friends, and where did you all meet?"
Oh, there you go.
Well, we met down at church.
First
yeah.
place, yeah.
Yeah,
In our
when
20s.
the girls were little. The girls were babies.
They're
We
43.
met them in the
they're
nursery,
43.
right?
Remember, mine's 43 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, over 40 years. And Cliff over there,
We played ball against
we played
each
ball
other.
together.
Oh, you
in
played
college.
against each other in
I was
high
in-
school or
yeah.
I was in-
college?
We played against one another in high school,
High school.
and we
Yeah.
were together in college
College.
playing ball.
Wow.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, he got a job with me, and he's been miserable ever since.
So then you worked together. So you guys were in the same school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you taught
he was the
his
principal,
daughters.
and
Oh, okay.
I was the peon.
Oh, the piano.
I got to shovel the coal.
Was that at Merriweather? Where was that?
That was at Meriwether. You know what they say about principals? People that can teach, and people that can't become principals.
Well, there you
No
go.
offense, Denise. Right?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Robert
and-
said how nice to have lifelong friends.
That is
well,
true.
you know the thing I got to say about that? What else have you got if you don't have friends?
Yeah.
You can't take money with you, and big houses don't make you happy. But I sure enjoy on Tuesdays coming out here and working on cars with Cliff and them, and then Thursday is our fishing day. Depending if the sun's shining, Cliff might go and ride around in the boat, but he don't like the cold. But Joe and I try to fish every Thursday, and on Tuesday we try to do some type of work on somebody's
Tractors or
car or
cars or
something
something.
we're gonna do.
Yeah, I gotta say it's been great. We have the best time when we're together. So we'll get a phone call from Sal, and she'll say, "Where are you? I need something." And she'll hear us all laughing, and she thinks, "Hey, you guys are having too good a time." So, but yeah, we just enjoy being all around. We get all kind of things done. We do a lot of work. We stay busy, but that's a great thing.
I like it. Now, for Herman, you were telling me like how it goes when the three of you are working on a vehicle.
Yeah.
So tell them how that works out.
Well, it normally works when we're working on a vehicle. You know, when we were younger, we could do it by ourselves. Now that we've got old, one of us will get underneath the car, and then he'll say, "Hey, I need some help under here." So you'll drag him out. You'll get under the car, and he'll go over and sit down. Then that one goes under the car and works for a while and gets maybe a couple of bolts out and said, "Hey, my arms are hurting. I got to come out." And then he'll come out, and then you'll have to, and then we'll say, "Well, Cliff's got his hands are smaller, so with Cliff, I need a small hand under here." And he'll say, "Okay, I'm coming." And he dives under there, and he, and it's kind of a, the great thing about it is we're not on a schedule. We're not on a schedule. If we get it today, we'll get it next week.
That's right.
But we take turns.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah, and.
The tractor's still
Yeah,
sitting in your yard.
the thing that takes us all the time anymore is getting up off the ground.
Oh yeah.
Once you get down there and get done.
Yeah. Sounds like a bunch of hogs rooting on pines.
Well, back to the education. Denise said, "None taken. I could do both."
Oh, okay. There you go. She could teach and be a principal.
Well, God has blessed you. God has blessed you.
All right, y'all. This is serious. So Sally Riffenberg, she says, for the guys, do men really lose their hearing as they get older, or is it just selective? Been married 55 years, and I'm beginning to think the latter. Tell the truth, Mr. Joe. Let me hear it.
Yeah, I've been accused of not being able to hear a lot, and I say, hey, it's just selective. But that doesn't fly either, so I don't know. I just don't. I can hear well enough.
Yeah.
A hearing
hear what
test
you
might
wanna
prove
hear?
otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
It's bad. I just don't pay no attention sometimes. I ain't gonna lie about it. I mean, she gets to yapping, I just tune it out.
Hope she's not watching.
That's how you stay married for 47 years.
Don't pay attention.
Don't pay no attention
All
to it.
right. Yeah, you were telling us some, was it marital advice? What was he talking about?
Oh yeah, the difference between men and women.
Remember that?
Oh yeah. I
Herman,
know.
you
Well,
could use a little of that.
I'll tell you about men and women now. Here's the thing. Here, I learned everything that I knew about life from my daddy. He was one of the smartest men I ever know, but he didn't graduate high school. My daddy told me this one time. He said, remember this, don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget it. He said, men, if you deal with men, they're project oriented. They go, if you want them to build something, they'll build it, okay? If you want them to do something, they'll do it. But once they've done it, they're through with it. They want to go on to some other project, okay? He said, a man builds a house and a woman makes it a home. She's more in tune to that than he is. And one of the most frustrating things with women is a woman comes in and she says, you walk in the back door. I'll give you an example. You walk in the back door and he leaves his shoes right there at the back door. And you say, why are these shoes here? Well, he said I took them off because I won't need them till I go back outside. This is the closest place to the door, so I just leave. Well, don't you think you ought to put them in the closet? He said, well, no, I don't need to go in the closet every time. I got them right here. Well, in her opinion, that doesn't make her house look the way she wants it to look. For him, it's just a house. It's just a house to him. To her, it's her home, and she wants everything together. And the problem you run into is if you want a man to do something, he's a little boy. He is a little boy. You got to tell him what to do, and he'll do it. But if you're one of those women that think, I've told him 100 times not to put that, here's a good one with my wife. Why do you leave the toilet paper roll on the roller and there's no toilet paper on it? And my response to her is, I don't need it right now. I don't need it right now. But when I need it, I'll go get it. She says, you do not leave the toilet paper roll empty. I said, well, if I want toilet paper, I know where it is. I'll get it. But to her, that toilet paper needs to be on that roll. And I've been married 47 years. I've been married 47 years, okay? And I learned one thing. Keep your mouth shut and your ears open. Follow instructions, and you'll be married 47 years. And for those women that say, well, I think I'm going to get a better one, I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to get no better one. They all the same. They all cut out the same mold. They all got to be told what to do. And for you guys that don't believe that, well, I'm sorry, but that's the way guys are. And my daddy was right about that. He said, man builds a house, and once he's finished with that project, he's ready to go on to something else. And that woman's ready to get it all done. Her first thing is, we're going to put this over here, we're going to put this over here, we're going to get that over there. Don't you see that? That's what my wife says.
We're going to rearrange the furniture.
Oh, we're going to rearrange the furniture.
Gee whiz.
Or, don't you just love it when springtime comes and we're going to spring clean? My
spring
gosh.
clean.
My gosh, what in the world do y'all want me to do here?
Meg said, I agree with your wife.
Wee. And tell Meg I understand. I mean, I don't argue with that woman.
Well, this goes along those lines then. Terry Brantley, she says to all three of y'all, would you rather be right or happy?
I'm still married, ain't I? I'm still married, ain't I?
Yeah.
I ain't never right.
Yeah, that's right.
I ain't never right. You ain't never right. No.
Barbara said, I bet your faculty meetings were something else.
Boy, it's what I told my faculty. I'll never forget what I told them. I said, listen, I know all y'all don't agree with me, and I understand it. I ain't asking you to like me or love me. I'm just asking you to work with me. Now, here's the deal. You married your husband, and you said you loved him till death do you part. Do y'all agree on everything? So you won't agree with me every day. And I ain't asking you to love me. I ain't asking you to go home with me. I'm just asking you to do what I ask you to do.
Meg says, are all of your wives good friends too?
With each other?
We're friends.
We're friends.
Herman's wife.
Sally's made those. See those dresses
Yeah.
right there? See them dresses right there? Those are my girls.
Show, hold up this magazine. I brought it out for Herman. This is 1990, and our youngest son was in this picture in this magazine, and also his girls were in this magazine in a photo shoot in 1990. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been friends for a long, long time.
Yeah, she made those dresses right there. I mean, we didn't have. I was a school teacher. We didn't have. Hello.
Yeah.
We didn't have no money.
Is that
Sally threw a dress together for us.
Cool. Just.
So, but yeah, we've been friends a long time.
But that one doesn't want to quit.
That's a female phone.
That's the water department.
Answer me.
The water department. You can talk to them in a little while.
That's right.
Man.
Somebody's out of water.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
he's got a question about your wives. How did each of you meet your wives, and how long before you knew she was the one?
Oh boy.
Can
Herman,
I
start with you.
With who?
You.
I'm trying to figure if I can say this.
You better be careful. Maybe.
I was over at Augusta College, and she came walking by, and I was a redneck, still am, but I was a redneck, and
She's very beautiful, by the way, I have to say.
and she walked by, and she was headed up the steps, and I thought she had gone in the door, but she didn't. And I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I said, "Look at the hams on that hog."
Oh, you did not.
I
He's been
did
married
say-
47 years.
I said, "Look at the hams on that hog," and he looked at
She's
me.
a very
and-
tiny little thing.
And he looked at me, and his eyeballs got like that, and I said, "Is she standing there?"
She's standing there. Oh, Herman.
And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh man!" And she came around to the front where I was leaning, and she undressed me like I've never been undressed before. And she said, "Let me tell you something." I said, I want to apologize to you right now.
Oh,
I
my
want to throw
goodness.
myself on the mercy of the court." And so I said, "Well, I ain't got a shot with that one." And a couple of days later, I saw her, and I said, "Listen, I want to apologize. That was wrong what I said. I said, I'd like to take you out to eat. I said, I'm take you over to McDonald's. And I said, I'm going to let you get whatever you want.
Yeah, well,
It ain't going to matter to me if you order a big order of fries or if you want a chocolate shake." I said, "If you just go over there with me." And we dated for 8 years after that, and then we
Oh,
got
my
married.
goodness.
So I guess we've been together 55 years, but we've dated for 8 years, yeah. I told her I wasn't going to marry her till I could support her. She give up on that. She said, but, how'd you meet yours, Joe?
We met in the Army out at Fort Gordon. Well, I think we were both sitting in the
Officers Club.
yeah, in the officers club, and just started talking and going out. I was down here starting my initial training, and she was already assigned here, so we started going out. And of course, I had to go overseas for a year. That was a little tough, and but when I got back, we got married when I was on leave, so that we could be stationed together when we got back, and that was interesting. But we made it through that, and
And through a lot of other stuff.
oh yeah, lots of fun.
That was, we got married in 1974.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be
74.
56 years this year.
Wow.
But the thing that, what?
How many?
56? No, 54, 52. 52.
Yeah.
52 years.
I was born in 74, that's why.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
But the one thing that made Joe stand out was that, you know, all these other guys, they're like Mr. Suave and debonair, right? And Joe showed me pictures of his dog. I'm like,
I like
hey, I like that. That was nice, you know. It was like, I thought that was really great. His dog's name was Tanny, right?
Yeah.
And she had a big sombrero on her head in
yeah.
that picture. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
But I thought, well, that's different,
There
right?
you
That's
go,
different.
guys. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Pull out your pictures of your dog. What about you when you met your wife?
We were school teachers.
Oh, she was a school teacher too? Ah. Well, okay.
School teachers.
Did you ask her out or did she ask you out?
My daddy said she picked me.
Oh, is that right? These guys are close with their daddies.
Well, you know, I got a theory on that.
Surprise, surprise.
I got a theory on that. Have you ever asked yourself how two people... Now, here's Joe right here. And here's what I can say about Joe. If you can't get along with Joe,
Something seriously wrong with you.
and if you come to me and say you don't like Joe Winter, I don't want to even talk to you. Because you can't be getting along. Okay?
Something is wrong there.
But have you
It's
ever
true,
noticed that opposite people attract?
What does that say about that?
No?
He says I'm a lot like one of his
Well,
daughters.
no, I mean, well, here's Joe. He's easygoing, and Sally's driven. She's driven. That's why she got this business like she is. And Joe's not like that. Cliff's the same way. But here's the thing that I've come to realize in my life, why you look at somebody, and I'm sure everybody out there has said, you know, I just don't see why they're together. They're nothing alike. And that bothered me for a long time. And then I understood what it was. Here's the reason. People self-evaluate themselves, and it's whether you like it or not, there's certain things about you that you don't like. you don't like, you wish you could change. You might want to be more outgoing, or you might want to be this, or you might want to be that. But you do that, but you don't tell anybody, but you do it. And then you meet somebody that fills all those slots. He's outgoing, he's this, he's that. And with a woman, it don't matter. They don't care about looks. They care about people who care. They look at it. And so what I think we do is we self-evaluate ourselves. It's like me. If you go in my house, it looks like, what does it look like, Cliff?
A hospital ward. It's so clean.
Yeah, you can and
You can eat off the floors.
I mean, you go in there and all the labels on the soup cans are pointing in one direction. Everything is organized and everything.
OCD to the
into the nth degree. And you go and look in the back of my truck, and you look in Joe's truck, and you look at all the stuff that we got. And we go to get a tool, and it's somewhere in here moving around. You look in the back of Cliff's truck, same way. But we find people that fill those voids. If we find people, we find people that fill those voids, and that's why you can look at people and say, I don't see what she sees in him, but she does, and that's what she sees.
That's very sweet. I like that.
I am a nice guy. I mean, I may sound like a jerk, but I am a nice guy.
oh,
Yeah.
just shoot us.
This is for Cliff. Sandra Lunsford says, so my question
She
is for
lives in
Cliff.
Beach Island.
If adding plants, Nandina, Lantana, limelight hydrangeas, to your landscape and are planted in the next several weeks, will they survive?
Sure. If you're going to put a lantana out, it's going to be very difficult to even find one this particular time of year. If you do, they're going to be shipped out of Florida, more than likely. The rhododendron, sure, anything that's deciduous that drops its leaves, I would be hesitant until the last week in February, first week in March. To me, that's an ideal time. We're done with the real cold weather by then. We might have a cold snap. You can go out there and take an old sheet and drape over it. That'll just keep the frost off of it. But beyond that, like I said, late February, 1st of March, to me is a better time.
Okay.
And that's our friend that lives locally. So anybody around the Augusta area, that applies here. We're in Zone 8, by the way, aren't we? Zone 8.
Zone 8, A, I think.
Okay.
And then Marianne says she loved hearing about the road trips. Do y'all have any new road trip stories, adventures? Or old ones that we didn't hear
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think.
Things went normal.
Yeah, we went to Bennett's Point and came back.
Yeah,
and
boring and normal.
It was
Did you
Didn't
tell them
have any problems.
about Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The last time, did we talk about Santa Claus?
think so.
No, you ought to tell them about that.
Tell them, Joe. You
We
met Santa
didn't, we didn't talk about Santa Claus.
Last time you talked to us about Santa Claus.
Oh, we met him fishing up at Clarks Hill Lake last year, and we were fishing on one side. We were just coming in a boat, and he was over there. I think he had his grandkids with him fishing, and he's a big guy, pure white hair, white beard, and he said, "Hey, I'm Santa Claus." That's how he introduced himself, and he does that during the Christmas season. He plays Santa Claus, and he's very good at it. But he loves to fish up at the
For
lake.
photographers.
Yeah.
We have photography
Yeah,
sessions.
yeah. Hey, I have sessions, but he loves to fish, so we went out fishing with him several times. Of course, you got to be on the water at 4 a.m. with him, and he'll take you where the fish are. But we've had a good time with that. But everybody up there knows Santa Claus.
Yeah, Joe almost got in trouble because when he said he was Santa Claus, Joe said, "Well, I'm Peter Pan."
He did not.
I'm Peter Pan.
But y'all said he really looks the part.
Oh, he does.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He says he stays busy from sometime in October through
Yeah.
through the end of December.
He goes to these photographers, and they hire him to come in, and people bring their kids and they take pictures with Santa Claus. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Joe, if I saw him, I'd believe in Santa Claus.
He looks
he looks the
like
part.
Oh, yeah.
He really does.
All right, Clip, you're tallying up some questions here.
Oh man, let's go.
Uh-oh.
All right, you're gonna have to come back. You know.
All right, Cheryl wants to know. She's in California. My Sega palm is dying. What should I do?
The only sago palms I've ever dealt with, is down on the coast in South Carolina, and generally what we did, several times it got real cold on the coast, and they dropped all their leaves. And what we did is what they didn't drop off, we took clippers. I just clipped it all back to almost nothing, just like I pruned it back. And then they don't like a lot of fertilizer, but I'd put a time release fertilizer, a Nutricoat, Osmocoat. But if it's dying, I'd venture to say I don't know a lot about California, but I don't know. Here it was cold weather, and because once or twice the tide came up and flooded the yard with salt water. And that may have had something to do with it too. So I don't know if it's salt water or cold, but they're generally pretty hardy.
Haven't you seen where people wrap lights around them?
Yeah, but that's a palm. This is a sago palm is not nearly that size. It's more of a bush,
Oh, okay.
and it has terrible stickers though. Boy, it'll get your attention real quick.
Well, Terry Brantley says, I love wildflowers. Where's the best place to get wildflower seeds, and when should we plant them? We're in Zone 7.
Now, I'm not endorsing one seed company over another, but if I had to go wildflower seeds, I find Todd seeds in, I think it's Michigan, but it's just Todd, T-O-D-D, and they had they're good sales. I bought a lot of zinnias. I bought a good bit of what did we plant for the bees, Herman? Sunflowers.
Yeah.
A lot of sunflower seeds from them. The California poppies, I bought a lot of those from him. Now, you have to remember, if you're going to do California poppies, you're going to have to stratify those like you do any kind of tree seed. Because you just can't throw them out there. If you do, it might be the following year before they come up.
Well, what do you mean by stratifying?
Stratifying means a seed has a coating on it, and the moisture and the cold weather breaks the seed, breaks that coating down, and so they'll germinate, and that's why there's sort of a mechanism for them to get through from one year to the next, and that way you can have a drought this year or real cold weather, and they may not germinate, and the next year they'll come up. So if you want them to come up this year, as far as a California poppy, I had to learn that the hard way. But Todd seeds is really good as far as the price goes and quality.
Yeah, one
Alright.
more for Cliff. You want to ask?
Yeah, do you want me to?
Yeah.
Or you want to give him a break?
No, let's go.
No breaks.
Keep going, keep
All
going.
right. Barbara says, Cliff, when is the best time to prune hydrangeas? I live in the Northeast.
Yankees.
Oh.
I was just kidding.
No, you're not.
Oh, a hydrangea. We normally prune them about now, but what I do is I take out all the inside. Like if you have a main branch with lots of small limbs coming out, I sort of cut those back and just cut out the top, and I don't butcher it. I don't really scalp it, but I just sort of cut it out and cut the top off of it a little bit. Now that's down here. I'm not so sure about. I mean, y'all have a lot of cold weather. I'm surprised you can even grow them up there, frankly.
She said LOL, by the way.
Cliff is also a mariner. If you got any sailing questions, he's big into that. Does a lot of race judging around here.
Now, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Really? I did not know that.
In the hot weather.
Wow.
Yeah, only in warm weather.
Warm weather. Oh, that surprised me. Yeah.
I tried the cold weather and no.
Oh.
Cliff, couldn't she do this? Couldn't she look at when is her projected latest frost?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't want to do it. You wouldn't want to do it. I would really try to limit. So we have Good Friday here. You don't prune any. If you don't, that's after Good Friday. I have never seen a real bad frost after Good Friday here, and so that might be a key for. There may be a date up there that you can get away with pruning before everything pops out.
This is a good question for us for this weekend. And other people last weekend. They say when you leave water dripping, how much of a drip do you need to leave? And in every sink, cold temperatures of 20 degrees are colder.
leave a light stream on there. Yeah, I've done that on the camper that I've got out there. I
ain't
leave the
gonna
water
answer that.
running. But in my old house, before the new house, we had to do that every night when it got a little cold. So I thought, okay, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to let the water run in the kitchen sink tonight so it doesn't freeze. Well, the drain froze.
The outside drain.
Guess what? The water came up in the sink, went out on the floor, in the kitchen floor, and it froze. So that
We had ice on our kitchen floor.
So
Our house
be
was
careful.
very cold.
Be careful.
Somebody said they used to visit a lot when the kids were little, and they said, well, you either roast or freeze at the Winkers because we didn't have air conditioning and we didn't have a whole lot of heat. Nathan and Kristen in the house, they just moved into a 100-year-old house, 100 plus. And she said the other day it was 39 degrees in there. I thought, oh, that part I don't miss. Our house is so warm. It's so insulated. Oh, my goodness. In fact, I'm going to text her and say, this weekend we're supposed to get really, really cold. I said, if you want to come over and spend the night where it's warm, come on over. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Yeah, I worry about pipes freezing, and one of our sons is a plumber, and so I've asked him before, well, are you busy? Because they get a lot of calls after a freeze. He said, but you have to wait until they thaw their pipes thaw before they can go and fix anything, right? And so then you have to wait till it warms up. Yeah.
No, Cheryl says, how long did you serve our country, Joe? And thank you. And
4
Sally.
years. I was in the Army 4 years. I was overseas for a year and back here at Fort Gordon for the rest of the time.
3 years for me. Yep. And it was right. We went active duty. Joe was in ROTC in college, but active duty right after Vietnam ended. So a lot of my patients at the hospital were Vietnam vets.
Yeah, I was still in training before didn't finish my training before they quit sending people over there. So, but I was overseas for a year.
He was in Korea.
Yeah.
Where he learned to love kimchi.
Yeah.
It smells bad, right?
Oh yeah.
You have to be motivated to eat that.
Yeah.
I mean, my neighbor is
Have you ever smelled it?
Korean, and
Man, I'll tell
she
you
makes it and she brings it over. It will make you healthy, Cliff.
Yeah.
Oh.
If it doesn't kill you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever had kimchi, you will understand.
I can't get over the smell. Everybody in my house will eat it, but I won't.
Yeah.
Oh, you won't?
I like it. Yeah, I've gotten used to it.
I brought Joe some. Miss Kim brings it to me. Here,
Yeah.
Joe.
Here's some kimchi. It makes your eyes water.
Oh yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Lynn says, Aunt Sally and Uncle Joe, hello. This
Oh,
is great.
that's Lynn, my niece.
Oh.
Hey, Lynn, she's up in Michigan. I know
Oh.
they're
Cold.
much
How are you?
colder than we are. And my brother, her dad, Rick, has recently just gotten out of the hospital after a serious fall. And we've
Oh.
all been praying for him.
That's great.
Yeah. Yep. That is so good. They're the tall side of the family. I got the short side.
All right, Alice has a question. She says her iris plant is covered with snow. I hope I don't lose it.
Her what?
Iris plant.
Oh,
Should be
iris
okay.
could be
I'll
fine.
get some to bloom.
Yeah, they'll be all right. I mean, it's a
They grow in Michigan.
yeah. They don't. You're good. It's not a problem. Down here, it's a hit and miss. They don't like buckets, so I didn't deal with a lot because everything I was in the nursery business for 30 years, so we grew just about everything. But an iris does not like a bucket, and if you put it in the ground, they do well. And it just as long as it gets enough cold and moisture in the wintertime, they'll come up and do well.
Hey, somebody asked about peonies, and
What?
Peonies.
peonies.
It's a big bloom.
I love that. We had a lot in Michigan. And my mom loved flowers, and so in the fall, my dad would spread manure over, because we were on a farm, heavy over the asparagus patch and the peony patch, and then it would decompose over the winter. And then we had wonderful asparagus, wonderful peonies, but I don't think peonies do great down here, do they? Is it like too hot down here for them?
They
Cover it
like
with manure
shade.
and then
You can't
you
put
eat
them
it?
in the sun.
Oh, okay.
And you really need to keep them in a shady spot, cool spot. If you really like to put them in the ground, they're like a maple, a Japanese maple. Put them where you get morning sun and afternoon shade, as a general rule, and keep them misted
Try it.
as much as possible.
I love. They're beautiful. In fact, I bought some fake ones at Hobby Lobby yesterday.
Beautiful all year long. I went on a garden tour in Evans a couple years ago, and there were several houses. over
Oh, is
there
that right?
That had poppy.
Peonies.
Peonies.
Peonies,
Sorry, peonies.
I mean, the blooms are just huge and
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah. Well, how we doing?
We are past an
Oh,
hour.
he's ready to leave. He's got to be back at the home at 4 o'clock.
That's right. The home is waiting on me.
Well, you did a good job.
Y'all did great.
Well, we need to have a drawing. We have a $25 gift certificate for some lucky person. And down there by your knees, Herman, there's a black bin that's got names in it. One of you guys can dig around in there and
I'll hold it up
Fine.
here, and you.
All right.
I'm not tired enough.
And if it's Fred Ferris.
oh, I know. Fred is always our winner. It is Pat Copeland. Oh, you can read that.
Looking forward to seeing the three gentlemen tomorrow. What three? What gentlemen?
Gentlemen, that's...
They were such a hoot when they were on before. I don't have a question at this time. I would like
Oh,
to
she's tagging a friend. We always tell them to tag a friend.
Therese Parker
right.
this week.
So Pat Copeland is our winner of our gift certificate. And hey, thanks for all the questions, everybody. That was really helpful. And we hope Cliff was willing to come back one time. I think he would be,
You
right?
enjoyed talking about the
Some
plants.
Oh, yeah.
somebody
Plants are
asked,
fun.
did I have to bribe them to come today?
No,
Didn't they have? They say that had to bribe them?
Let's
shit.
do one last question.
Okay.
So, Sonia Massey said, what fun that y'all are coming back. They kept me laughing last time. Her question is, what is on your bucket list?
Oh, yeah,
Y'all
that
have
is
a bucket
interesting.
list?
I want to see an iceberg.
Do you?
Oh, an
Iceberg.
You don't like
iceberg.
cold.
I know,
What?
I
You don't? I
but
can't believe that.
I know, but I've seen pictures, and I just think they're amazing.
That's cool.
Just,
That's different.
Yeah.
Man.
Man.
He's gonna get
Cool.
out of his comfort zone to
I'm
see an
No
iceberg.
kidding. I can't believe it.
Fly up, fly back.
Oh,
1 hour.
Wow.
Mine, I want to go to Alaska.
Yeah, there
Well,
you
you
go.
guys could go
That'd
together.
be- yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding. That'd be a good trip.
I want to go to Alaska.
That'd be
And
a
you
good
could go
trip.
fishing, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
There you go. Well, I'd like to finish my motorcycle,
Oh,
the one I'm building in the shop.
I've been there a long time.
Yeah, no kidding.
Been there a long time.
No kidding.
well,
Yep, there we go. Cool.
we'll let you know how that works for everybody. At least you're not jumping out of another airplane.
Or a trailer.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that
I don't
anymore.
think his knees could take it, right?
No.
Right. All right, everybody, stay warm. I've been trying to figure out how to keep all my outdoor animals warm, but And thanks for joining us. It's really been fun. Thank you guys so much.
Been a pleasure.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
Fun.
Don't leave yet. She's gonna turn you off here.
Oh.
You're as bad as the
know-
kids are like out of here, man.
You know when
There you go.
when we had that 17 inches of snow, I had a dog and I couldn't find him.